First time we come things invest, talk about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's tips only, the investment talk today will be Ethereum ticker ETH. First, want to say happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope a great week so far. And also, for those that finished up the weekend, hope you guys had a great weekend, by the way. Respect to Ethereum as of recording of 11 a.m. on the Eastern time exactly. Current trading $3,422, down about 12.54% so far. It just jumped like significantly just now. And with respect to overall crypto market, it's relatively red today. We are bleeding enormously today across the board. Bitcoin down about 10%, Ethereum down about 12%, Dogecoin down about 25%, Cardano down about close to 20% so far. And also with respect to Solana, it's still up about 3.42%, XRP down about 20% so far. So, besides Solana, overall the crypto market is selling off significantly today, right? With the anti-coalition effects that's currently percolating on the equity side, surging up, and this is mainly driven by the sector rotations among funds and asset management companies. And when there's liquidation events that happens in the crypto market, subsequently the circulations of the monetary value that they have in the holdings will subsequently go to the equity side of the house. And typically September is the timing for the sector rotations or with respect to liquidation events ahead of the obviously the rally that we should be sustaining or experiencing going forward sometimes in early Q4 to the end of the year, the Santa Claus rally that we typically experience across specifically in tech stocks and in growth stocks, right? And subsequently, with that effect, we'll obviously have some rotation effect causing crypto to roll down. And this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why we're seeing this sell-off today. Or I wouldn't call this a crash; it's just more of a normalization or correction. And this is not a surprise either, right? This is something we know and we've been expecting, and so it's not a surprise to us, right? We've been regurgitating this for how many days now? I think for the last 2 weeks, I'm saying that we will come back down, we'll come back down, we'll come back down, and I know that people were skeptical and they were thinking like, oh, we're gonna keep going because we're in the euphoria stage, right? And I think today we are confirming that we are in a complacency stage, right? So with respect to the media front, just looking at the news, I'll say the news is relatively non-substantive again. With respect to the first one from Decrypts 2 hours ago about Bitcoin miners returned and NFTs on Ethereum fuel market recovery, according to Kraken. So this is just another regurgitation news. They might have missed the beat a little bit. If they could have predicted the sell-off coming, this is kind of not the most evidentiary support in terms of how we're sustaining right now. So this is old news, if you may. Talk about the fueling of the market recovery. It seems like we are more of a depletion rather than recovery, right? So this is kind of misleading. And then the other one talked about on CNBC about 2 hours ago, Kim Kardashian, the TV reality stars for those that watches in the U.S. Her cryptocurrency Instagram ad sparks criticism from UK financial watchdogs. So this could be some sort of a compliance restrictions or some sort of ethical activities that is Kim. Knowing the fact Kim is a relatively influential member in the social media and also in US, right? So with her influence, pumping or promoting a specific crypto asset, it can subsequently drive some, correlation effects to increase the purchasing activity for that respective cryptocurrency, right? So this could be obviously some gray area, obviously, just because of the fact that she's a public figure, does that make her an unethical member on influencing the market? That's something that's we've seen Elon Musk has done, Jack Dorsey has done. So Kim Kardashian's in the game, so I mean, it is getting more commercialized. It is getting that global adoptions that we're looking for. So on a macro perspective, it's a good thing. But obviously, it can raise some red flags, for the compliance community, in the global perspective, right? And then other ones, more regurgitation news on Kim Kardashian getting called out by regulators for promoting Ethereum knockoff to Instagram followers. Another regurgitation news. And then some other news talk about El Salvador becomes the first known nation state to buy cryptocurrencies. Um, Another regurgitation news that we heard, basically 27 hours ago when I was in the airport, I think, when I was flying to San Francisco. So something we know, it's the first country. So this is putting a lot of stamp of approval in a political perspective. And then other news talk about, again, right, Link, LINK, which is a crypto asset. Price locks in 36% gains following Ethereum Layer 2's Chainlink integration. So another just more of a correlation effect, but anything substantive around the value proposition of Link, that's something I don't really know, right? But with that drag effects, I've suddenly made some good gains for some people that took a hedge on that altcoin side of the ecosystem, right? So that's pretty much on the news so far. The sell-off that we're experiencing right now is not really mainly coming from the media side of the house. It's mainly coming from sector rotations. Funds are basically liquidating, or asset managers are liquidating to shift their monetary value, the dollars, or their assets, if you may, into other sectors, right? Which is obviously in different asset class like growth stocks and tech stocks, if you may, right? So with respect to today, Ethereum is definitely gonna see some more bloodiness, knowing the fact that this is something we've seen already. We hit that apex yesterday, which is something we talked about, and it seems like we're crossing down right now. So we are seeing, we haven't completely formed a cross yet, but once we form the cross, our side is depleted back to the normalized level. I love this. I really appreciate this. I would love ideal for it to keep going down, and I think the likelihood would be likely, right? And I think we are confirmed on the upward wedge, which we have confirmed with a couple of my friends here on YouTube. You guys all see the same thing that I'm seeing, right? We are seeing upward wedge, and it seems like this was just an abnormality with respect to a whale that pumped into the market that subsequently drove us to go up to the trying to get the all-time high, right? And I know this was the opportunity where some unfortunate retail investors have bought in, right? And they FOMO'd in, and that's why they are holding the bag significantly right now. And as we speaking, we were down about 10%, now we're down 15%. So this is basically well dumping us right now, right? So this is something that's, while we're down 16.24% now, this is something we have seen. This is something I've been telling you guys for the last 2-3 weeks now. So this is not a surprise, and do not worry, right? Because the bounce is coming, right? The next level technically would not be anywhere close to the level that we're at right now. We're still floating. We might see a little bit of a rebound somewhere around like the 3,150, which is a level that I talked about, right? But ideally, we'll go back to the 3,000 and then subsequently go down to 2,750, 2,450, which is a level that I'll be buying at, right? And with respect to other coins, obviously Ethereum and all the altcoins are leading it, but Bitcoin, I think there is some opportunity for us to buy in at the 43,900, somewhere around there, because we do have some. But I think the likely actually going back down to the 40, 37, and 34, which is the level that I would personally buy at, would be more likely, right? Cardano, we have a huge sell-off coming. We are actually going to come back down to the $1.87, and I'm not surprised because it needs to happen, right? And I think by then we should be mostly depleted because the RSIs are slowly, leaning more of an oversold level. So I'm very happy. I'm actually going to start having my cash reserve. I'll start buying in some of these. And I know that I was planning on maybe buying some Solana or Cardano, but I think with respect to Solano, it seems like we had that huge pump all the way to, oh my god, close to $200 earlier today, and we are selling off. So this is a major bull trap that people were caught into. XRP, we're trading according to our predictions, right? Going back to the dollar level, but ideally I would be buying it anywhere like 88 cents, 78 cents, 69, somewhere around there. So going back to Ethereum, oh my god, we're down 21% so far, and the prediction is really coming true. Again, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a prophet, but this is something that we know, right? We have been talking about this, right? Price level 3,000, 2,750, 2,450, and the 12-month price target is going to be long term wise, right? So if you bought in early last couple of days at the 4,000 or like at the 3,900 something, just hold. Do not sell, because this is something we know. This is not a surprise. And with respect to the stage that we at right now, it is confirmed we are at the complacency stage. Like I keep mentioning, we are not in the euphoria stage. We are in the complacency stage. The next stages we're going to be anxiety, denial, and panic. But knowing that the fact that we know what we're expecting, there's nothing to be worried about because it's not going to be a surprise to us. This is something we have been looking forward to, right? So do not panic, and this is something that's supposed to happen, right? And stay within the logics. These are the levels that I'll be buying at, right? So hopefully this is helpful. I know it's definitely a scary time to be selling off your assets by like 1/4 of it or 1/3 of your personal investment in a day is extremely scary, and it could be gut wrenching. But this is something that we have been talking about for a while and nothing to be worried about. And I'm going to be here to be holding you guys, holding your hands to make sure that you guys are staying logical and apply the right methodology when investing. So hopefully this is helpful, and apologies for wearing a hat today. I am really, really, I don't know what's happening. It's even like a 3 hour jet lag or something like that that's causing me to change my sleeping cadence. So I haven't even had my coffee yet. So I'm kind of lethargic at the moment. I just have been in meetings back to back to back to back this morning. So apologies for a little bit delay. But I really appreciate you, and stay tuned for you to come up. Take care. Bye.